Hi, Chaminda. Welcome to Talk 20.
Thank you.
How's your holiday going?
Holiday is going good. Spending time with family. Thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot. So, Chaminda, to start things off,
Yep.
now we know that your wife is also a musician and you all play together.
Yes.
How does it?
crime?
Yes, definitely. How does it feel to be a dual ethnic brand?
Yep.
And how tough or easy was it to venture into the Australian music industry?
It was tough. It was tough because we came from two separate backgrounds. Hearts were the same, but two separate backgrounds, right? Kat was mainly into singer-songwriter, original music, you know.
Okay.
I was mainly into playing covers and blah, blah, blah. When we got together, it was hard. No one gave us a chance.
Right.
We didn't know what this industry was like, but we figured out in a couple of months that the music industry in Australia is not run by the artists, it's run by the agents.
Right.
Agent, artist representation, management.
Right.
That's who run music there, not the artist. You can be a good artist, can be an okay artist, but it's your agent who has that power end of the day. So getting to an agency was hard because you had to prove that you're good and that you're loyal, that you turn up to your gig
Right.
and perform at your best and get a good report for your agent so that he or she can rebook you. So it took us a while because I'm Sri Lankan.
Yeah. Did
My
that
skin
impact you
color
in
is
any way?
different. It impacted me. I don't think it impacted because you have this thing, no,
Correct.
in yourself in another country, you know. Oh, am I good enough? Am I singing with a different accent? Like, you're always conscious about that,
Correct.
right? You're always conscious. Even now, I'm still conscious about it. Though I train with these exercises, I'm still conscious about it. Am I singing in a correct accent, right? At Cafe Lawson, you're singing fine. Just keep going. You always have that because we are born and bred here, right?
Correct.
So it was hard at the start, but once we got the ball rolling, I think we worked hard enough to keep doing what we're doing now. I'm blessed.
It's great. I mean, as
Yeah.
long as you love it. That's
Love is one thing, paying your bills is another thing. Right?
that's a good one.
So you start by loving it and then you figure out, okay, you can do this, you can try and survive from it.
Right.
So do it properly and move forward.
So, Chaminda, the music industry in Sri Lanka has sort of gone through a revolution the last few years, right?
Yeah.
Especially with social media.
Oh yes.
Where do you think it's headed in the, I don't know, next couple of years?
In my opinion, like from what I'm hearing with friends and friends who are musicians, right? There are two sectors, right? There's the mass that people like to sing the Tamil songs, right? Then there is the musicians who play at hotels and pubs and who sings
And
cover
events.
stuff and events, right? There's two separate things going on. In general, I think it's going good. I'll tell you why. Okay. Masha, just name me a venue that I know over here. Any venue.
Say, I don't know,
Breeze Bar,
Brisbane.
Breeze Bar. Where is Breeze Bar located?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon, Cinnamon Grand, right?
Yeah.
How big is that place?
I don't know, maybe
50, 60 people can
Yeah.
sit?
Yeah, definitely.
What do they usually have on a weekend? Bands.
Oh yeah, they have a big band.
Bands, eh?
Most places have a live band. Like,
Yeah.
And when people are going out, as everybody's questioning, let's go somewhere there. There's a live band. Yeah.
That's the last band, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's why I think our music industry is doing so well than in other countries. In another country, at a place like Breeze Bar, on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they won't have a band.
Okay.
They'll have a solo act.
Right.
Right.
One person.
One
With the
person.
guitar, playing, not loud, Microsoft.
Right.
That's what they have because that's their budget.
Right.
Right.
We come here, we go to a place like Breeze Bar, we see a band. Man, as a tourist, let's say, imagine that as a tourist, because
Right.
you're used to in your own country going, okay, having some dinner at a bar and there's a solo act playing in the corner, right?
Right.
That's what you're used to, right? But you come here, you see a band playing in a small pub.
Wow. Okay.
That's a whole new ball game.
Wow. And as a
Yeah,
musician coming from another country, I'm looking at the setup and I'm going, man, these guys are miking the drum kit too
Yeah.
at a small place.
Yep.
They got, 4 front of house speakers, they got 2 subs. Whereas over there, we'll just have 2 front of house speakers, 1 fallback, no drums mic'd up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Our players here are very good, very talented. And I respect that a lot, right? And to go to that extent, I know there's the budget here to do that, but to go to that extent of miking the drum kit up, making sure that hybrid sound on the drum kit is there. Oh, that's a big deal, man. That's like stadium
Level performance.
level performance at a small place.
Correct.
So I believe, and people may disagree with me, I believe it's going good in that scene. Okay, in the mass scene, right? What I see is I see a lot of us Sinhala, Sri Lankan, Tamil artists are doing, like they're putting all this Western sounds into their stuff, right? Great, right? How good is that? And they're very good on socials.
Right.
They are always posting consistently. And if a song goes well, what they do is they'll take that portion of it, which is awesome, right? Because we don't do that over there. They'll take that portion of the song and they'll sell it to a company to make some money for them because it's their song and good on them to do that.
Right.
Right.
You know, so if I have a song, right, and you like it, you tell me, man, look, I've got my company, can I use it for an ad? And you pay me that money and I'll do it for you. That's how it works here, right? That's what I've heard. I think it's
Yeah,
great.
I've seen a lot of like adverts with like little jingles.
Yeah.
Twisted to the brand.
Twisted, and then you hear that same
Melody and
on the radio.
Yeah.
So you know it's taken from an artist. That's great, man. That's really good. That's what I see. But what I would like to see, I think, a step up would be, and maybe not, maybe this is happening, is a lot more agents working for artists here, even for the local artists.
Right.
Because that will just strengthen our industry. I believe it'll strengthen our industry. Because that's what we do it over there. Because agents can look after you, take you to a level that you won't even believe you could have gone.
Do you feel the agents are a bit reluctant to push the artists forward, or is it because they're not exposed enough? Is there a particular reason?
I believe there's not enough agents.
Right. So one agent basically manages about 10, 15 artists here.
I believe there should be more agents here who can take this seriously, who understands the game, right?
Okay.
And who doesn't just see it's just a performance.
Yes, correct.
They need to see the whole thing. They need to see Sankar's whole career, your whole career, from the time you start till the time you retire. They need to see that whole path, right?
Yeah.
And make sure that you're living comfortably through what you're doing. That's the first thing, man. That's the first thing as an agent. I believe that you need to see in an artist. And if you can't provide that or give them something, then don't be one. But I believe that is the key.
Right.
Because when you have that responsibility, you will work 24/7 to get your artist the best deal possible. Whether it's a jingle, whether it's a gig, whether it's an appearance. Yeah.
Another question that just came to mind was, Chaminda, we have a lot of artists, a lot of budding artists and a lot of great artists who've reached the Indian music stage as well.
Yes.
But we haven't seen anybody reach Hollywood as such. Or is there a particular reason why they haven't gone that far?
My opinion only this is right is okay, man. We all love to reach Hollywood, right?
Yeah, correct.
That's a dream, right? I feel that there are certain points that we need to tick in order to do that.
Right.
Firstly, look, again, I may be wrong. If you're trying to approach Hollywood, right, you got to sing in English, man.
Correct.
We can't sing in Arabic or Sinhala or Tamil. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Unless there is a film in that particular language that they require you to do. I think I'll give you an example. This was not Hollywood standard, but he reached international standard. Alston Cobb, he reached international standard, right? That one song, Disco Lady, YouTube that, Alston Cobb, that reached a lot of countries, Europe, Australia, America, everywhere during that disco period. And he was Sri Lankan. How proud are we?
Yeah.
Right? So that's a story that I heard when I was little, you know. Andrew De Silva is another artist big in Australia.
Right.
And he used to play with the band called CDB, Sri Lankan. But sings in English. So I just believe, I think, keep the music the same, but try and sing in English.
Right, as much as possible.
As much as possible. And see what Hollywood is doing. Because reaching Hollywood, I think movies ne,
Correct.
Doing songs for movies is totally different. It's not like a pop song. It's a whole different industry altogether.
Right. Okay.
Film and TV is a whole different industry.
Correct.
In Hollywood. So Kat and I were blessed to have some of our songs in some film and TV stuff. We were very blessed and we're thankful for that. When we got to the project and we did a first draft, the lady who was representing us, right now, let's say we've worked like 20 hours now doing this song. She said, listen, you've got to really change your mindset here. This is not a pop song.
Yeah.
Don't have it just for 3 minutes. This song needs to go longer.
Right.
And it needs to change like that. It can't forget groove. It's got to change because this is film and TV. If they like the song, they might pick the first 30 seconds or a middle 30 seconds and they'll put it on in that film.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, that's a whole different thing to live performance, right? So we did some crazy stuff during COVID with learning this film and TV stuff, right? Where we've written a song, but the whole thing changes. It changes every 30 seconds because the director of that film needs to vision where he or she wants to put that song in. It's a whole different thing altogether. Opened up our minds a lot. It was nuts. So that's a whole different thing. So if you all want to get into Hollywood, my advice to you is get your research first.
Right.
Do some courses on film and TV music. Because it's totally different, Machang, to I'm writing a song, let's put some music in, let's record it,
and then
hope
just
for the
putting
best.
it on YouTube and hoping someone would see it. That doesn't work.
Yeah, those songs are not being placed on YouTube or Spotify.
Yeah.
It's a different bank altogether that you upload these songs to so that other agents can look at them and you can yourself pitch that song to relevant TV shows. Right? That's the game there. That Hollywood game, that's where it is.
I think that's amazing advice for anybody who wants to approach the Hollywood scene, music scene at least.
Yeah. That kind of stuff, my advice is when you're producing something and you're creating something, always have an open mind.
Right.
Always have an open mind because this is film and TV. It's emotion. It's not just, that's a good groove. It's not that bad. Sometimes they might only take the vocal stem and put it in a scene where it's, just a plane, right? Just a vocal scene. That itself is, wow, powerful. That's where you want to hit Hollywood, you go there.
Let's hope someone soon reaches Hollywood from Sri
Do
Lanka.
it. Why not? How proud can we be? if that happens?
Exactly.
Huh?
So I know this might sound a little cliche, but like now everybody's talking about AI. And how is that coming into the industry? Because like it's revolutionized a lot of work. Even in my own line of work, it has become very interesting.
Yeah.
What is it doing to the music industry?
As far as I know, a lot of producers love to produce. They want to use their own creativity, So they're not using AI as much because it's not a threat.
Yeah.
The kick of producing a track is to sit there, work out what you want to do, right? And produce it.
Yeah, correct.
Now someone else is doing it for you. Where's the kick in you being there? So, my opinion again, I've used AI too.
Yeah.
Certain parts where I am stuck. Let's say I need a sound or I need some sort of guidance in my client comes to me and says, hey man, I need a song done, but it has to sound like Police, the band, like Sting.
Correct.
Can you do something like that? If I need like research, okay, I'll go to AI, I'll see what they do. Okay, kind of got an idea. Now let's put the real thing in.
Right.
So you use it to your advantage.
Exactly. It's good. I remember, I was watching a video yesterday on how Timbaland made music in the mid-2000s. He started off by using his mouth, basically. He added on a tune. So basically, that's what he said. He composes based on just lip movements and things like that.
Jackson, same.
Exactly.
Michael Jackson.
So on those things, you can't really use AI and create. It's great. It's great. And I believe AI is going to head somewhere else in the future.
We can't fight it.
We can't fight it.
What do we say, Machan? What's that quote? If you can't
fight it, join them. Or is it, if you can't fight them, join them? Or
join them. Something like that, right? So, without being negative about it, if you can't beat them, join them, right? if you without being negative about this and thinking, your careers are on the line because of AI, let it join it.
And
Have a
then
different perspective. How can it help you? Well, a lot of people don't know how to use AI,
That's right.
right? A lot. I'll be honest with you. When I came to Sri Lanka, I think 2 years ago, my friend taught me how to use AI. We were not using it in Australia.
Yeah.
None of our agents were using it in Australia. No one knew what was it. What's this? I learned it here. So we are a bit more advanced here,
Yeah, correct.
Right.
right? We get the information first,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah, I think that's also to do with our tech sector.
Yeah, tech sector is
Tech
right
sector
there, man.
is right up there.
Right
It's
up
like,
there.
We just had a guest last week
Yeah.
who explained to us how connected we are to the tech sector in the West. So
Amazing.
So I think that's where it allows our guys to create those synergies,
Yeah.
irrespective of the industry.
Absolutely. We got some posters done because we had a couple of big events coming up, right? And this guy, he works in Colombo. I found out through another friend of mine who does events. He said, Machang, use this guy. His posters are amazing. And honest man, it was amazing. We got some posters done from Sri Lanka. He obviously used AI and what he can. Man, the quality of what I got done from here to there, amazing. Right? So don't fight it. Just use it to your advantage. Have a different perspective.
Correct.
Different way of thinking, you'll win. The moment you're going to fight it,
Then there's no point. I mean, you're going to lose eventually.
Absolutely.
Because everyone's going to adopt it at some point in time.
that's right.
Correct.
That's right. You should use it.
Another thing, Chaminda, I just want to ask is, this is related to the previous question that we asked as well.
Yep.
That is, we have a lot of young artists again, who are not, I wouldn't say they're YouTube savvy per se, but they're not very famous on YouTube, but they're amazingly talented.
Yes.
They do perform on stage or probably at bars or cafes, things like that. How do you think they should move in terms of getting to the next level? That's one. And the second part is it possible for them to reach, say, the YouTube status without a manager per se?
Yes.
Right.
They can. They can do
right.
that without a manager. Easy.
Okay.
Just got to have some sort of financial backing and an investment to be able to do that. These days, having YouTube and running a YouTube channel, it's not free, right?
Correct.
You need to have some sort of money
Correct.
to have behind you to
Yes.
put paid posts, to target them, to get your videos good.
Right.
Like yourselves, look at this, right? All this investment that you've done,
Right.
yeah, it's from your hard-earned money, right? So it's the same thing, man.
Yeah.
So again, it's about like, where do I want to go with this?
Right.
Or as an artist, like, do I want to get YouTube famous? Do I want to get
to
stage famous?
Correct.
Don't do both together. Build an audience, build a fan base, right? So YouTube obviously is going to help you build that fan base. Because if you're consistent on your socials, people will see,
and then eventually
people will follow. They'll come to your gig. They want to become your friend, right? And that's good. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
You collect their email addresses. You start an email campaign once a week. You send emails out with where you're playing. People will start to follow you. It's not easy, but the discipline will help you.
You've got to keep on trying till you make it, I suppose.
Yeah, but making it can, right? Again, some people think making it means going to the Grammy Awards and winning. Yeah.
Yeah.
For some people, making it in the industry means surviving.
Correct.
Yeah.
Surviving, having that ego, telling people, Machang, I don't do anything else but music. That's the ego, having that ego, right? It's a good thing too. That drives you.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
There are some artists there who has a day job. Fair enough. That's what they need that, right? And there are some artists who do this for a living. Again, what is your success? You need to figure that out before anything else. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Y'all are looking at me like I'm talking.
I mean, we're
crap
actually
here.
not from the music industry, so it's actually new information
Yeah,
for
I
us.
think that's very. I think that applies across the board anyway.
That's right, yeah.
Like whether whatever profession.
Correct.
I said that's what I believe. That's what I believe in. You know, you're a musician or you're an artist, right? Treat yourself as your own business.
Correct.
Right? You don't have to look at other musicians to see what they're doing.
Right.
Go, find an entrepreneur who's really successful, or find a business that's really successful. Look at what they're doing in terms of their marketing, or apply that same philosophy, or apply that same, mentality that they have to your own business. And if you're an artist, do the same thing. That is success, man.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters always said, like, what happened to him was a fluke or whatever. But end of the day, for him, success was no matter where they were playing, whether it's a small pub or a massive stadium, him playing those drums for Nirvana and hitting it as hard as he can during that was his success. Play live, that's his thing. Just keep doing it, you'll find success. So if you don't have patience also, it's a bit hard to do that.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a strong mindset with this industry, with this game.
Yeah.
So, Chaminda, what's next for Katcha?
What's next for
Are you
Katcha?
doing an album, or thinking of launching something in Sri Lanka?
What's next for Katcha? We like to keep it simple.
Right.
So if we are still surviving now, we've been surviving for 16 years full time in Australia, in Sydney.
Right.
Yeah, that's surviving through music, right? We don't have any other jobs. Music is what we do. Yeah? And we can't get out of it also because we've got so used to the lifestyle of that. Right, lifestyle. So goals are keep doing what we're doing, expand what we're doing.
Right.
So if it's the agency that we're working with, expand that. Get more and more venues, right? If it's performing that we're doing, get more cooler, awesome gigs, right? If it's teaching what we're doing, try to open up another studio, a second one or a third one, have our brand going. That is pretty much our plan, to keep doing what we're doing, not get too complicated with stuff. In terms of recording, and being honest with you guys, we have recorded songs, we just haven't released them.
Right, that's awesome.
Any plans of releasing them this year?
Okay, so the songs we have recorded were for clients.
Okay.
And these clients have gotten married.
Right.
Either the husband or the wife to be will come and approach us because they know that we have this singer-songwriter capability of writing songs. They'll come and say, hey, can you write a song for my husband? Or can you write a song for our wife, right? Now, AI can do this too now as well, but they come to us. So we write the song, we draft it, we'll play it live to them just on acoustic guitar. They like it, we produce it, we get paid to do that, and then we give it to them, they play it on the day of their wedding.
Right.
And on their videos and whatever, right? They will give us permission then to put it up on Spotify or not. So we've been doing a lot of stuff like that.
Right.
We haven't been promoting it because you can't promote that stuff. It's a personal thing, right?
Yeah.
So some clients give us authority to do it, put it up because we wrote the song, but we got paid for it. So it's kind of like it's your song.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that kind of stuff, and lots more to come, man. There's more fire at the belly.
That's great for Sri Lanka, actually.
Yeah.
The music industry is gonna boom.
Yeah. No, it is booming. Sri Lankan music industry is booming. It's just that I believe, and if I can help in any way, please reach out because I really like to see our industry booming, man. Like to that level. Having people do this as a full-time job is a dream, and all it takes is we just gotta. It's a massive puzzle. We just gotta shift some things and change it. But because people need to understand how things are done, right? So I found out some places, I'm not going to mention names, some users are waiting 2-3 months to get paid.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
It is.
Yeah, that is sort of there in like generally the entertainment and the media industry, whether it's adverts, whatever it is, it takes a long time to get paid.
But that's funny,
I don't understand why. It makes no sense.
Machan, let's you and I go to the grocery shop
Yeah.
and we buy groceries, and do we tell them wait 3-4 months till we pay you?
You can't. I mean, in a way, I agree with you wholeheartedly because the thing is like, how do you expect that individual to survive for 3 months if they don't get paid?
And that's what I'm saying. There are ways you can build it up, right? There are solutions we can do, and there are measurements you can take to do that. it's very important. I believe that's a big thing because we all need money to survive, man. And if you're doing what you're doing, you need to get paid for that. It's
Yeah,
important.
exactly.
It's
Because
really important.
You can't expect someone to exploit your talents.
No.
Just
So what happens to that artist who doesn't get paid for 3 months? He or she has to go find another job. The
exactly.
music becomes the second thing.
And then that's the end of the story from there onwards.
What a waste of talent, right?
Exactly.
Very hard, man. Thing that I'm very cautious about, even in Sydney, some places take 30 days to pay, and that's okay.
Right.
Thankfully, the people we work with, they're very quick at paying, and we make sure that our artists get paid. That's very important. That's what's they need to change that.
Right. Do they encourage musicians there in Sydney as opposed to in Sri Lanka?
Encourage
In the sense, do they offer more gigs? Do they provide maybe facilities where they can perform better? Things like that?
Yeah, so us as an agent, we do that.
Okay.
Some of my acts that I manage,
Right.
this week they're doing 5 gigs in
Right.
3 days.
Right.
So
Right.
basically, all of them are ones you took on
Yeah.
as juniors or youngsters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of them are youngsters. Some of them are a bit more older. They just wanted a different agent because their previous agent didn't, probably do the right thing by them, or they got upset. Yeah.
I think that's something our agent here could use as well, because they take on artists who have reached a particular level.
Yeah, because
They
it's
don't-
easier to do
it's
that
easier.
job.
Exactly. So, I mean,
But I don't find a challenge with that.
exactly. I mean, there's no point in getting like a polished stone as opposed to a rough stone. You can obviously create something out of a rough stone.
I got a message, and I'll show it to you, from one of my artists last week.
Right.
He redid his whole house. He sent me a photo.
Right.
And he said, bro, thanks to you is why I could redo my house that we live in. I said, what do you mean? No, man, thanks to the gigs you're giving me, because I can take that money and I pay these guys to redo my house. I can live comfortably. Dude, that's the feeling I love.
The accomplishment.
Well, satisfaction.
That is
exactly. The
satisfaction.
satisfaction,
You
peace
know?
of mind, everything. You know that you've done something for somebody.
And that's why you become an agent.
That's
So
amazing.
give them the opportunity. It's not about just making commission. Commission will come. But it's just about, taking that person on board, treating them like family, right? And making sure they're comfortable and they're doing good
Yeah.
till they finish.
And they're going to be appreciative for the rest of their lives.
That's it.
For what you've done for them.
That's it. And I like to work with people like that.
Yeah.
And Kat and I are the same. When we're working for another agent,
Yeah.
right? We also work for other agents because we all help each other. We want to feel the same way. We want to feel that they have, given us this opportunity to do this, and this
Yeah.
job. They trust us. Well, last year, one agent got us a gig, New South Wales Police. Massive gig.
Okay.
That's like, wow, we're playing for the actual police force. Why did they pick us? No. That's what you feel, right, at the start. It's just like, wow, what an honor, you know?
That's...
Having that, it's very important. I feel it's very important. There's a lot of people, they need to change their attitudes.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. That's about it from the questions from
Yes,
us.
exactly.
Thank you both.
Thank you so much, Chaminda. Thank
Really
you.
Appreciate it.
for
Thanks, bro.
joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk 20.